France winning comfortably against Iraq 3-0 in Philadelphia, despite a 2-hour rain delay at one point. So they sit on 6 points now from a possible 6 after 2 wins from 2. Kai, what did you make of France's performance? I think this was a lot more of what we saw in the second half in the game against Senegal in the first match.
First, what I have to say is welcome to America and welcome to the summer of soccer.
You know all about this.
I am used to that rain delay, you know, over and over. But, I mean, great performance from me, for France. They came out from minute 1. I don't know if it was the energy from Mbappé, knowing the fact that he wants to break records. But from minute 1, Iraq was like, oh, my God, what's happening today? And you can feel that, and they kept going over and over and over, you know, to get the first goal. But it was a complete game for me from France.
There was a sense of urgency from the start, Ian. Maybe they knew that the rain, the bad weather was coming. They just wanted to get the game won beforehand.
Listen, I actually thought they were better after the rain delay than they were before the rain delay. Iraq actually gave some sort of effort, although they didn't have much quality with their finishing in front of goal. They created a couple of nice runs into the France penalty area, but just didn't find a way through. But I think France, to Kai's point there, they're trying to put out this perfect display. And sometimes there's a hint of desperation, of overdoing it, of over-trying. There's an urgency to score goals so quickly. I mean, Olise is trying to get himself a chance to create for Mbappé, who's trying to score to catch Messi. And, you know, they're all trying to just slow down.
Yes.
Slow down. Let your quality do the talking. There are a few better squads, if any, better than what France have in this World Cup. The bench is ridiculous. I'll talk about the substitutions in a minute that France made. But this was about the attacking players. Great to see Ousmane Dembélé getting his first ever World Cup goal. Excellent to see, even though it wasn't his best performance. I will say it was good enough for him to merit a lot of credit. Olise, yet again, with another assist to his name. He ties Ishak with his 3rd assist, which is wonderful to see. And, of course, the main man, Kylian Mbappé, doing what he does best at World Cups. He scores goals, right? His goal-scoring record per game, Adam, is insane. He's played only 16 games at FIFA World Cup. 16 games, 16 goals.
He scored goals, but also again, this is just me, what I see from the game when I'm watching Mbappé, I would like to see him more central. Because he's trying to get involved in so much, you know, give the space to Olise to do something, give the space to Dembélé, give the space to all the other guys around them to do what they can do. It was a great finish with his left foot from top of the box, but they didn't really have a threat inside the box, in the middle of the field, in the middle of the centre backs, you know, for the whole game.
That's a great point. And maybe that's where tactically they can start to play it around, where you do have Marcus Thuram, who came on for the final minute of this game, that can play as that striker. Obviously, you've got Mateta on the bench, who can also play as a striker if you tactically do want to switch it. But let's not forget, Mbappé does that for Real Madrid. He did that for PSG. He essentially goes wherever he wants to do. And Kai, if he's scoring goals like that, are you going to tell Mbappé where to play? I mean, I would love to see him go chase that ball a little bit and have another striker. Obviously, that's where Dembélé got his goal, right? Dembélé stepped up into that role, and Mbappé puts himself in a wide position, and he scored another goal.
Some high ratings there from our friends at SofaScore. I think that's going to be a feature for France as they continue throughout the World Cup. Another feature and theme that we've seen in a couple of games so far is anything Lionel Messi can do, Kylian Mbappé is going to try and do the same. Messi overtaking the scoring record earlier on in his game, scoring another goal to go above Miroslav Klose. He sees 2 clear now on 18 goals compared to 16 for Klose. But Kylian Mbappé has moved alongside Klose now on 16. And I do feel like this is going to be almost like a boxing match as we continue the World Cup. Crazy. One scores a few goals, then the other one's going to score a few goals. And who knows who's going to be top of this list by the end of the tournament.
I think it's exciting to watch. It's exciting to see. I mean, when I'm looking at Kylian Mbappé, I'm almost seeing this young boy in him just super excited about, I don't want to call Messi his role model because I think Cristiano Ronaldo is definitely his role model, but he sees the challenges that comes up every time. He's like, okay, it's my time to go. It's my time to do more. Because Kylian Mbappé was sitting at home most times before when he was younger, watching the World Cup and seeing all these records. And then finally he's here to then help make these records even more and more better. So for me, I see that. I see him. You can see the extra ump inside his steps, every shot that he wants to take. But again, you just got to calm it down a little bit and give responsibilities to people around them to make him better.
Ian, a lot depends on how far each of the respective teams go, Argentina and France, in terms of the tournament. But who do you think will end the World Cup as the highest scorer?
Kylian Mbappé, he was my prediction before the tournament began, and France were my favourites to win the competition as well, and that's why I went for Mbappé. I also think if you look at France's road all the way through to the final, it's a very difficult path. It's not easy. You're playing against some of the best opposition. There's a possibility they come up against the Netherlands, Germany, Spain. Obviously, I have them against England in the final. And when you're playing against top-class opposition, I think you're going to be playing Kylian Mbappé in those big games, and you have to be, right? Because you can't rest him, especially when it comes to the knockout stages. But that's the 6th time in World Cup history that he's scored 2 or more goals in a game in the World Cup, which is absolutely
And you can see he wanted that 3rd goal
so
before
badly.
he's getting subbed out.
Yeah.
He took the ball. He just won. He knew he was getting subbed out. He sees the sub coming, saying, I'm going to take this one last drive to try to make this shot before I get subbed out.
This was his 100th cap for France as well. Only 3 players have ever scored, obviously, on their 100th appearance. That was Miroslav Klose, Luis Suarez, and now Kylian Mbappé. Some great company to be a part of. Achieving 100 caps for your country is super special. Scoring as many goals as Kylian Mbappé is doing on the world's global stage is even better. I'm going to raise a topic that is probably a little bit controversial. As you know, Adam.
Okay.
Whenever, honestly,
If he
Kyle,
says
if he says this, he is putting a rocket launcher there and he's ready to go here.
Let me sit up right for
Come on,
this
then.
one.
I ain't messing around here. Kylian Mbappé impresses me so much when it comes to the international stage. I think only Lionel Messi is better than Kylian Mbappé when it comes to performing on the international stage from players who are currently playing. Cristiano Ronaldo is so far behind what this guy's doing on the international stage. For France, he looks like he's a better player than he is for Real Madrid. He's a winner. He wins the trophy. He's already won it as a teenager. He's won it. But scoring goals and playing the way he does do, he's so influential to such a top-class team that has so much pressure on their shoulders to once again win, to succeed, to get hands-on trophy. I just think Kylian Mbappé right now is miles ahead of Cristiano Ronaldo when it comes to who's the greatest international player. Messi, number 1, no doubt. What he does for the international team, he's leading that team on his own right now. Mbappe's got a team around him that can support him, but I don't think Cristiano Ronaldo is even in the same bracket as Kylian Mbappé for what
You're
he's doing.
talking about right now or over the course of his career?
Current players who are playing right now for their international team, who's the most influential? Lionel Messi, he carries that team on his back. You can't even put Cristiano Ronaldo in the same category as what Kylian Mbappé is doing for France right now. This guy is on another world when it comes to the international stage, and I do think he leads the Golden Boot race at the end of the tournament, and I do think he overtakes Lionel Messi
and
for
also,
most goals at a World Cup.
You mentioned influence there. I think there's a huge gap at the moment when you look at Portugal between the influence that Cristiano Ronaldo thinks he has and the amount of influence he actually has. Whereas with Mbappé in France, that number is right next to each other. He thinks he has a huge influence, and he certainly does.
Backs it up.
Exactly. He backs it up with the goals and the performances.
Yes, okay, great. I love that, and I know Mbappé does have that influence, but this is one game from Cristiano Ronaldo, and I can't sit there and just listen to that and not knowing how much impact Cristiano Ronaldo does have and could have still in this World Cup. Mbappé, the youngest of all 3, Cristiano, Messi, Mbappé. Youngest. So he's definitely going to crush all these records. And they're my pick, too. Hopefully, he's going to win the World Cup again. But again, he needs to inject that same energy that he has for himself around his team.
Who is the most influential to you, then? Is it Mbappé? Let's just say this. Who would you pick? Mbappé or Cristiano Ronaldo? Who would you pick to be the one that's leading your team? The most influential for your team, the one you'd want in your starting 11 when it comes to international stage right now. Which player would it be, Mbappé or Ronaldo?
At the age that they're in, it's different. At the age they're in,
so who's your pick, Kai?
Cristiano Ronaldo.
He hasn't scored.
He's played one game.
He hasn't scored in 10 major international tournament games. He hasn't scored. No influence there.
I will give it to Mbappé. Right now, the way he's playing, but he's still not my pick. I want to see Mbappé having more influence around the rest of his teammates. Ousmane Dembele, a Ballon d'Or winner. I want to see him having more impact on that team. Great, he got a goal today. We love that. Olise, another great player. I'm sorry, I'm blanking out.
No, you got it.
You have all these guys around him that he can make better. and I see that more from Cristiano Ronaldo. But hopefully, Mbappé can see these things and want to make sure that he makes France better.
I want to see the comments right now on YouTube.
Speaking of comments, we've had one in, and someone actually agrees with you, Ian, which doesn't happen too
First
often.
time.
Agree with Ian 100%. This is that Dark Teta? Sorry, I can't read.
Yep, Dark
Mbappé
Teta.
winning for France and winning at Real Madrid could go down as the greatest ever. Well, let's extend
No doubt.
this conversation. How would you, and obviously there's a lot more to the Mbappé story to write compared to Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi. Who knows what number he'll end up on if he stays fit and plays at another 2 or 3 World Cups. But so far, how far more does he have to go to get towards having had the career of Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo? Is he on exactly the same trajectory as those two players?
I think he has the support staff around him to get to that because he could win this World Cup. He could win another World Cup because we see that from France, that they do have the depth. France have 2 teams right now that can compete in this World Cup if they want. So Mbappé does have that. He has those players around him that can make him better. And so winning this World Cup will be something that could really put him apart from those guys.
I'm going to challenge you, Kai. Who has the best midfield in this tournament?
Portugal.
Exactly. That's my point. Right? So you're talking about influence from players when it comes to what you can do to everyone around you. Kylian Mbappé, I see, already is doing that with his team. He's just a piece of the France puzzle, right? Cristiano Ronaldo has the best midfield and one of the best creators in the game right now, Bruno Fernandes. And then obviously if you look at passing ability, what Vitinha brings to the game is simply exceptional. And then he's got wingers with pace if he wants, or if he has, a partner alongside him, it could be Gonzalo Ramos. He has immense quality around him, Cristiano Ronaldo. So I don't see that it being any type of an excuse that he's not influencing. Maybe the influence is sort of being taken away from him. What Kylian Mbappé is doing is he's playing his game, his way, and everyone else is also trying to match Kylian Mbappe's standards. But they're winning. Right? And now, of course, we talked about the substitutes, as you pointed out right there. The subs who came on, Ryan Cherki, Desiree Doué, Malo Gusto, Akliouche, Marcus Thuram. I mean, it's another starting 11 that could basically come on to the pitch for France and perform to compete for a World Cup. I just think that right now, Kylian Mbappé, in this type of form, remembering he's been disappointed, no Champions League to his name, right? That's what Cristiano does have on him. But I will say this, he's angry. He wants hands-on trophy. He senses blood in the water with this World Cup, and he is pulling all of his French teammates with him to be better.
Just really quickly, Kai, something you mentioned right at the start, and I think this might be a feature of the World Cup throughout, is the weather delays. You've obviously dealt with this a lot during your MLS career. What's the trick as a player to dealing with a potentially 1 hour, 2 hour delay?
Oh, yes, it's different. It's different. Most players are not going to be used to this because they don't play around here.
Well, in Europe, it doesn't really happen.
Europe, it doesn't happen because I remember playing in Stokes.
Yeah.
And we had...
Can you do it in Stoke in a Monday night?
Sun, rain, hail, all at the same time. No game was stopped or anything.
Play on.
Here, I know. We get the lightning, 15 minutes pushed. What we do in the locker room, in the dressing room, it's to stay engaged. Some players are on bikes. Some players are doing, other things. We're doing
soccer, tennis.
We're doing, keepy uppies, as you guys call it. But it's going to be different, But I think these guys could be able to adjust themselves because now that everyone is seeing this first one, and is going to be able to expect something like this to happen. But hopefully we don't have too much of it because we just want to see the game continue instead of, a stall in the game.
It's not great for the fans, really, is it? It's the fans who get struggled the most. I'm worried with injury as well, with these long 2 hour delays. I've definitely called many a Kei Kamara game when there's been a weather delay.
Well, you feel for...
I actually thought it was Kai's influence on the weather.
We scored after we came back on from the delay.
You feel for the fans inside the stadium getting absolutely soaking wet as well for 2 hours.